everyone! Welcome to Grammary Weekend. I am so excited to start off all of our amazing panels with a quick and dirty primer about ugly Halloween sweaters. Now, just before we get started, I have a lot of apologies to make. I am in a hotel room, so hopefully I don't have any connection issues. You might hear some screaming children that are not mine, and it's gonna be a bit of a delay for me to see questions because I only have one screen at the moment. So getting all that out of the way, welcome. We're gonna hear a lot about what I consider an ugly Halloween sweater, where to find ugly Halloween sweaters, just how much an ugly Halloween sweater will cost you, etc., etc. And it wouldn't be a good panel about ugly Halloween sweaters if we didn't have a tier list. So here we go with the tier list. um, I I hand wrote this, so lovely penmanship on my behalf. We've got S tier, which is the heirloom collectible. We've got A tier, which is tiara. We've got B tier, which is like sweaters with applique work. C is cotton sweatshirts with like some sort of applique or screen print, and F is a sublimation printed monstrosity. Um, so here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna like run through all of them right now, and we will hopefully come away with like more well-rounded knowledge about what an ugly sweater is. So first of all, give me the loops, brother. Very important. You like I love loops. A hand looped sweater is so important. I feel like the ugliest sweaters have loops. Uh, I am a team loop sweater, loopy doopy. So the best boys slash brands. I mentioned this briefly in my tier list. We've got your tiaras and your heirloom collectibles. There's a lot of great brands out there, but these are the two brands that I own the most of. So they're just kind of I just love them. Like we'll go into them. I neglected to do research on like when they were founded and when they kind of fell apart. I have not really seen any heirloom collectible sweaters past like 2005 or 2006. And I feel like Tiara might still be around, but they just don't make the types of monstrosities that we're here for today. They've kind of subdued themselves. Most of my favorites are usually from like the 90s. And every once in a while, you find a great one from the 80s. So here's those heirlooms. We love these boys. I actually own the sweater on the far, that's the left. I need caffeine. Far left is a great heirloom chonker, lots of loops. It's actually like a hand knitted monstrosity with lots of like lovely additional detailing after the knitting had been completed. In the center is a mix of like hand knit and applique work, and on the right is mostly applique work on top of a hand knit sweater. I mentioned that like, you know, I personally think that applique sweaters aren't quite as ugly, but they are extremely cute and extremely worth it. Yes, everyone should get an ugly Halloween sweater. I am here for it. Get one. I feel like they're a little bit harder to find than ugly Christmas sweaters. Most people have heard of ugly Christmas sweaters. I feel like ugly sweater parties are like fairly common at the workplace. It's actually why I first got into ugly sweaters at all. It's because I had a workplace party. But then I was all like, wow, there's also ugly Halloween sweaters. This is incredible. I'm going all in. Um, I just really love the like heirloom collectibles. I feel like they made more of the wackier Halloween sweaters, and we'll talk a bit about Tiara. So this is Tiara on this next slide. I feel like Tiara's Halloween sweaters are almost exclusively applique vests, specifically. But they do a lot of really great general harvest theme, chunky sweater knit monstrosities. If for some reason you didn't want to go full Halloween and you wanted something that could also work for Thanksgiving dinner, we've got like the general harvest theme. There's currently a tiara sweater I think on Etsy right now that actually has like 3D grapes on it, like spilling out of the cornucopia. So there tiara is great for like your general harvest theme. But yes, like I love a good tiara sweater. I also feel like tiara is amazing for Christmas sweaters. There's like so many ugly Christmas sweaters and turtlenecks and vests made by Tiara that they kind of like I feel like put all of their eggs in the Christmas basket. So like it's actually a little bit harder to find really ugly harvest slash Halloween sweaters with tiara. So I see this question about for those of us who are sewist nut knitters, what are loops in this context? Um, like hand looped really just means that it's been like hand knitted, I believe. I also do not knit or crochet. I'm awful, but like the big reason why I focus so much on loops is because the tags actually will say that they've been hand looped versus like a lot of I guess like more like fast fashion-y like Halloween sweaters tend to just say like made in or manufactured in. But like your ugly Christmas sweater will or ugly Halloween sweater will always say like hand looped and hand knitted. There's probably someone out there who like uh can explain it better than I can, but that is kind of like what I understand hand loop to mean. It definitely has like more of like this handmade like grandma knitted while like waiting for you to like come by for the holidays sort of feeling. So yes. Oh, hand looped with love. Loop, loop. Okay, so this boyo here is oh my gosh, what is the name? It's like Lauren Ashley, I believe, is the name of the person who made this. So oh, I say person, it's a brand. And this brand still exists. So when you look them up, it's just all like very like wasp wine country mom kind of fashion. But at some point in the 80s and 90s, they made these amazing Halloween sweaters. And this is honestly like my holy grail dream Halloween sweater. Like, I so badly want more sweaters that have a pattern on the back as well as the front. I love that little ghost like poking out of the second O, just like boop. Like it just it's so good. If you look closely, the buckets have little like crocheted handles that are 3D. I always wonder if you could like stick your hand through the handle. I don't know. I hope one day I will know because I own this sweater, but for now, I've only ever seen this one. I only ever see it when I'm just Googling general Halloween sweaters and I like never see it for sale, but I super duper want this guy. I love the like black cats all along the border. Like I can talk for ages. And yes, it is Fair Isle, but make it spoopy. And in fact, I'm going to talk about a Fair Isle style sweater in the next couple slides, I think. I did I swear I put a Fair Isle sweater in here. We've also got this amazing brand, Cracker Factory, like literally Cracker Factory. Um, I just love this like witch that has gone splat on the back of the sweater. It also comes in purple. For some reason, Cracker Factory sweaters specifically seem to be incredibly expensive compared to other Halloween sweaters. Like this one is like 111 or 112 bucks, which is the most expensive sweater on this like in this entire presentation. By comparison, Heirloom and Tiara tends to sell for like 60 like max. Um like I don't know why Cracker Factory is so expensive, but they're so nice. I really love Cracker Factory. I one day I will save up and get the sweater or get the one in purple because I just can't get over this witch, and, like, I if you look closely, she's got, like, long red nails as well, so, like, I can relate to that. I just love, like, the pointy nail. I can't get over this, like, just this is amazing. Oh, it's not Quacker, it's Cracker, like Cracker Barrel or, like, saltine crackers. Um, so yes, just amazing. Oh, and I will also talk about, looking like they're wearing Halloween decorations, absolutely. So up next are just some general sweaters I find to be very endearing. The one in the center is from Tiara. I actually have a nearly identical sweater vest in purple that was made by Heirloom. So like, and honestly, like very nearly identical. The moon is in the same spot. There's a little ghost. The pumpkins in the front are like almost identical. Mine just doesn't have, like, the house pattern on the right side. It has, like, a tree. Um, I'm very curious about why these are nearly identical. I unfortunately can't see the tag, or I couldn't see the tag very closely on this vest in the center when I was looking it up. So I have no idea if, like, maybe there was, like, some shared background or pedigree there and, like, someone just, like, brought their pattern over to the other company. I don't know. But the sweater vest in the center is, like, a big favorite of mine. Super love it. I really wanted to share, a turtleneck. I feel like someone mentioned, having, like, a Halloween turtleneck. I love this turtleneck sweater so much. These are kind of rare. I think in general, you'll have an easier time finding things that button up the front or zip up the front. But every once in a while, you can like find something that's just a pullover type of deal, like the one on the right. The one on the left is actually my most recent Halloween sweater acquisition. I got really excited to find something with the pockets. Most of these sweaters, unfortunately, do not have pockets, even though they seem like so large. Um, and I believe the back of the sweater has like more designs on it as well. And I just really like the candy corn buttons. I don't know about you, but I actually kind of like candy corn. I feel like, ironically, when I was a kid, I hated it, but now as I'm getting older, I actually kind of adore candy corn. Maybe it's nostalgia. I have no idea. How could I have nostalgia for something I didn't like as a child? But maybe candy corn is just endearingly adorable and I just want to eat cute things. But yes, I also wonder if there's drama in the ugly Halloween sweater fandom. Like maybe someone just kind of was just like, I've had enough. I'm taking my beautiful hand looped designs to somebody else. Um, but yes. Oh, I'm seeing so much candy corn love. Hey, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that I am not alone in my love for candy corn. But yeah, more ugly, ugly Halloween sweaters. We've got more coming up. This white one is the same one I'm wearing right now. Hold on, I'm gonna stand up so I can show y'all. I love it. Um, there's a bit of a delay on my end, so it's gonna take me a second to see if you can see it. But yeah, this is my amazing white sweater. I'm like super into it because it's really hard to find ugly Halloween sweaters that are not on a black background. I I really love the little jack-o'-lantern buttons. I just can't get over this. Like it's so hard to find lighter colored Halloween sweaters and the grid pattern is like really modern. Unfortunately, the tag has been cut out of this piece and the person I purchased it from could not remember who it was made by because it sounds like they just thrifted it from somewhere as well. So I wish I knew more about where this amazing sweater came from so like we could all go together and look for more Halloween sweaters and other colors, but unfortunately, this boyo exists alone as of right now. Um, yes, it is totally like a granny square style sweater. I it's hard for me to turn around and show you guys, but the pattern does go all the way over to the back. I love like the cable knit detail that's like all along the collar. I'm just super, super into it. Um, on the right are sweaters by a brand that I believe is called Eagle Eye. And I'm going to share one more sweater made by them. Um, they also tend to be a little bit more on the expensive side because there's just so much detail in this sweater. I love the, like, 3D effect of the black cat on the front, and it's really hard to tell in the bottommost photo, but the bear has, like, actual, like, curl texture to his hair. It's, like, really, really adorable. There's also 3D pumpkins on the sleeves, like, there's just so much detail in this sweater. Uh, um, yes, I just really adore the sweater. I keep looking at it. It's currently on, or I hope it's still on Etsy, but uh, anyways, here's another one by Eagle Eye. Here you can really see the, like, curly teddy bear fur texture going on at the lower left corner. There's actually, like, wispy, stringy hair coming out of the scarecrow on the right. Um, Amazing, amazing candy corn buttons. I love that the sleeves kind of have the same design. Um, and like, I love the, like, dimension in the ghost. Like, I love the boo between the 2 ghosts on the front is embroidered. Like, there's so much happening on this sweater. It's just incredible. I believe this one is also still up on Etsy. It's been so hard for me to not buy every single sweater that I've put into this panel. I already was in danger, like, I already, like, bought one sweater as I was, like, looking up, like, doing research on this panel because, like, that was that purple one with the pocket that I talked about earlier. It's so hard. I really just want an ugly Christmas sweater for, like, every day of the week, so I can just go ham forever and ever. I also totally, like, weather permitting, try to wear mine as early as August. I do not care. I just love Halloween so much. I don't celebrate any of the other holidays that come up after, um, like after Halloween. So I also try to, like, stretch my Halloween sweaters into November as well. And then I'll slowly switch to my ugly Christmas sweaters, even though I don't actually celebrate Christmas because I love ugly sweaters and I love a good theme. So the moment I hear Mariah Carey Christmas music, those ugly Christmas sweaters will come on. I live in Florida, so it's been rough, like, not really having sweater weather, but sometimes I just turn up the AC really high and sit in a sweater because I just really need to be held by an ugly Halloween sweater. Here's some more amazing variety, from but, like, unfortunate I don't know why so many brands do this, but, like, or so many, like, secondhand stores do this. They either cut out the tag or they cover it up in listings. Do not know why. You would think that if someone discovered that there's, like, this one brand that, like, keeps giving, that, like, it would turn into, like, a keyword for them, but I actually don't know the brands of any of these because the actual photos cover them up. So, like, the one on the far left, it's really hard to tell, but the jack-o'-lanterns are actually, like, light up and battery operated and are, like, made of plastic, and they're just kind of strung throughout the sweater. It's technically an applique. I love this, like, jiggly ghost. I don't know if you can see him in the, like, bottom right corner of that sweater. He's just like, "Boo," and I love him. I just ugly Halloween sweaters are so important, and oh, also, yes, anything under 60 is sweater weather. I maybe see under 60 weather where I live for maybe like 2 months actually, because I live by the coast a little bit further north, so it's actually been getting colder for a while. But like October is still really, really hot where I live. So I just have no shame and I wear Halloween sweaters out of season because, like, whatever. Like, I already dress in, like, J fashion in Florida, which is already extremely hot. I can continue to wear Halloween sweaters well past their expiration date, which is IMO none. But the one in the center, I also, like, really wanted to show off. It's another great applique print with, like, crocheted, or not applique. It's got crocheted stars appliqued onto a knit. So in a sense, yes, there is some applique work happening. I love the matching star buttons. They look so cute, and they also appear to be crocheted. Um, I'm very curious about how those buttons work and if they're like easy to remove. Um, and then on the far right is another General Harvest sweater. It's also got the 3D grapes I mentioned earlier. I'm like very obsessed with that milk keg in the background with like all the apples and the corn. Like I'm just very into the sweater on the far right. I originally, when I first started putting this panel together, was like, why would I ever like want a General Harvest sweater? And now I'm just like, no, this is incredible. I'm definitely gonna get a General Harvest themed one next for sure. So here's my like panel, or here's the part of the panel where I kind of walk back something I said earlier. Appliques are honestly not that bad. There's a lot of like really cute applique stuff, but I feel like for it to like really feel ugly, it needs to be appliqued onto something like hand looped or hand knit. So like here's like two really good examples. On the right is another beauty from Tiara. I'm like very obsessed with it. I believe it's still on Etsy. Someone else buy it so I don't have to look at it anymore. Um, it's so cute, and it's got little the purple bats on it are appliqued on, and there's another purple bat on the back. Um, and then the one on the left is a machine knit sweater that has appliques on it. Generally, like, even though I've been talking about how like hand knit sweaters are like prime ugly, I do think there is some merit to machine knit items, and I will share a few more machine knit sweaters. But in summary, brother, may we have some loops. I'm a loop defender till the end of days. I love loops. Brother, may we have some loops. However, machine knit is okay too. This is a hint to talk to me about Great Ace Attorney later after the panel. We're gonna be we're gonna be good about spoilers. Here's some machine knits. So going back to something I said at the very beginning of the panel, ModCloth currently has some Halloween sweaters in the style of like a Fair Isle sweater, and they're super super cute. I feel like they're like kind of tasteful though, and I really just want like in your face ugly. But these are very cute sweaters, and like I still think because they have like that knit look to them, and they're not like an awful sublimation printed faux knit. Um, these are still like very very cute, and I have considered getting one of these. They also have one with like bats around the front and ghosts around the front, but I'm really partial to the color combination happening with the pumpkin. And then on the right is this amazing amazing monstrosity from the 90s. The benefit of like a machine knit is that you get like this really crisp colorful look to your sweater that doesn't like become loose over time. This will definitely like last a bit longer, and they can do a lot more with this design because it's machine knit. Like I love how like amazing those clouds in the night sky with all the moon phases at the top looks. Like just incredible. I unfortunately have no idea where this was for sale or like what it is. I only know it's from the 90s because I found the image online. I do not know the brand name, and it really bums me out because the sweater is like so wild, and I really need to know where it's from so I can try and track one down. So we're gonna also talk about some common finds. Um, this is where you've got your like puffy paint printed, screen printed stuff, the things that are like always at your spirit Halloween. Like these are ugly and like silly, but I kind of feel like they read Office Halloween Party and not like extremely ugly novelty sweater. They're fine. I just don't think they count as like ugly by my rubric. But like I figured I'd include these because I feel like this is what tends to come up first if you just Google Halloween sweater. It takes a little bit more digging to find the good looped beauties, and I don't know, these just don't really do it for me. A lot of times like these are glow in the dark, which are pretty rad, but aside from that, I'm just like, eh, It's fine. You would wear this, like, I don't know, to, like, watch a movie at home Halloween night, not to, like, run out into the wild and be like, "Look at me and my love of Halloween." Like, you know, I'm not super feeling it. And also, like, the machine knit ones in the lower right are just, like, lazy Halloween costumes. There, I said it. So, eh. So beware, rant incoming. These guys. I hate sublimation printed sweaters and cardigans. They're awful. I when I see that the inside fold or like the other side of the sweater is like not printed and is like the base white, I just want to scream. I hate it. I like they're not they're ugly, but not in a charming way. They're just ugly. There's a difference. I loops are ugly. This is like ugly. And I bleh. Like I just hate them. I hate them a lot. I also did not even have to like try to find either of these pictures. I like literally looked up Halloween sweater and these were like some of the first like listings on like the Google shopping like tab and god, just awful. Like the designs are like fine, but I'd rather see them on like any other piece of clothing. I feel like if you're gonna get a sweater, you need to go knit. Machine knit's fine. If you want to get like a sweatshirt, get one with an applique print. That's very ugly. But this, no, no, we're not having it. I also wanted to do a quick price comparison. I found this sweater vest on like a bunch of different websites. And I felt like it was a really, really good snapshot into like what the ugly Halloween sweater market is like. eBay is like easily the cheapest, and generally you can like DM them and like haggle a bit, and they usually will like they'll usually accept your offer. Depop had multiple listings for this, so it's clearly probably the busiest secondhand market at the moment, but their price wasn't nearly as good and but you were able to get like more of a size range, which I have also felt like has been kind of true. Like I tend to see multiple different types of Halloween sweaters on Depop or multiple listings for the same sweater on Depop. And Etsy, biggest ripoff, $58, not good at all, considering you can get it for 20 bucks off of eBay right now. Um, Etsy's just generally really, really bad. I like for just vintage shopping in general. And like I feel like because a lot of these stores hold back their stock until the appropriate season, there's never any like real sale opportunity. Like one of the better Etsy stores for ugly sweaters is I literally think called Ugly Sweaters US, and it's on Etsy, and they definitely do not post their Halloween sweaters until September, which is a bit of a bummer because I'd love to just kind of stock them and see if they ever go on sale, but they just delist everything and start listing Christmas sweaters later. So bit of a bummer there. Not a huge fan of like buying from Etsy, but you know what? If you really find something you really really love, Etsy does tend to have like wackier stuff. And you know, IP related Halloween sweaters are just not worth the effort. They get scalped immediately. This Disney one was sold through Hot Topic. It was like the Her Universe line, and it just go for a generic witch. Like for some reason, this was a machine knit sweater with appliques on the sleeves, and it costed like I think 60 bucks brand new and it immediately sold out in all of the sizes. It doesn't even have buttons down the front and and I see it scalped on like Poshmark for like $100. Like just don't bother. Like I'm someone who actually really likes Disney Halloween stuff and I'm still just like why bother? Like this is like mass produced and there's like an amazing vintage like Halloween knit sitting right there. Just go for it. So, anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. If you enjoyed this, please consider tipping me. Coffee.com/Avina is me. And yeah, happy Halloween, y'all. And this is a hint to talk to me about Vanillaware games. And I hope you had a good time. I timed this and I went too fast before, and now it looks like I stopped right on time. But if we have time for questions, I don't mind taking some. Um, but yeah, I'm just really happy to have talked to you about ugly Halloween sweaters. So thank you so much, everyone. Um, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and like get rid of this boyo so we can just share in the love. It looks like we just made it. So yeah, I'm so glad. I hope you all buy ugly Christmas sweaters. Please show me which ones you buy. I don't use any like I am kind of using Twitter more, but I kind of stopped using Instagram. But I will absolutely check my Instagram if I know people are gonna send me ugly Halloween sweaters that they already own or have bought. I hope I have opened your eyes to the beauty of an ugly Halloween sweater. But happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you so much.